There you go. Good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, our beautiful community. As always, we want to make sure we cover all time zones because we never know when you're going to receive this beautiful information. Again, this is always our conversation. We like to come with the realness. We really believe in saying less and doing more. We are action oriented uh, activist group as far as here at Black Lives Matter Grassroots Flint, Michigan. I'm here with a lovely, lovely, lovely young lady today. I just met a beautiful little student from 24 years old from my college. I'm gonna introduce you to her in a minute, but let me just get some housekeeping items out the way. Again, I'm Brotha Niam Roberts. I'm the chairman of Black Lives Matter Grassroots Flint here at the Oak Business Center, 2712 North Saginaw Street, Flint, Michigan. Again, my phone number is 810-394-4105. MentorRoberts at gmail.com is how you can get with me. Again, one of our biggest efforts that we are working in is repairing the brokenness in our community. That takes many different forms. One of the things that we work to do is care. From that care, we believe in analyzing the situation, strategizing the situation, and attacking the situation. And again, that's something that encompasses our area of work in the community. Just this past Saturday, we had an amazing, about 50 people showed up. We had a one-on-one community conversation one-on-one. Let's hear your voice. A lot of times we're not able to articulate or hear our voices at the city council meetings. We're somewhat castrated in those environments. A lot of times we're not able to come together and really work on some simple things. So this past Saturday from 1 to 3, we had an open house with our community. And about 50 people showed up. We had it in the round. Everybody was in the round so they can see each other. So they wouldn't be looking at each other in the back of the head, right? Or they want to throw a shoe at them. So we had people sitting around each other, looking at people in it. And some people had boogers coming out their nose. No, I'm just playing. But we had people in the circle because the circle represents what? Unity. So we believe in unity. So anyway, out of that time that we had, we engaged in some hard conversations around a few topics. One of the main topics was coming up with the water. So what's coming up with the water settlement is going to be interesting because are we going to be strategic and not giving that money back to a system that hates us? Or are we going to use that money that different people are going to get in the community because they were poisoned by the water intentionally, even by this mayor? This mayor, when he was in office before he became a mayor, voted for the water to be changed to Flint River water. Now he want to run for a third term. Now y'all make that make sense. You have a person in office right now that intentionally was on the city council. Go back and look at the records and voted to change the water over. He was not an advocate or now for our community. And again, it's not hating the man, hating what he does, or hating or disliking, maybe hate is a strong word. But when you are poisoned and people have died in our community, it has to be some level of disappointment that forms into some form of hate for a person that intentionally to have behaved like Donald Trump. He is taking the old adage playbook from those people that stole this country from people that was already here, poisoned them, and then brought us over from Africa. We was minding our own business and forced us into enslavement. By the gun, we did not come over here without a fight. I want our community to make that clear. We were no punks coming over here to this God-forsaken land, this legal enterprise. We were forced, castrated, beat. Every known atrocity known to human men was done to us. From being sodomized, from being raped, being castrated, being torn apart, our body parts, babies being cut out of mother's stomach, and a slave master crush them. So thousands of slaves can see this is what I think about you. And that DNA and that fear has been in us for 500 years. That's why most of us want to be white. That's why we use bleaching cream. That's why we support these crazy businesses and companies we work for. That's why we don't own anything in our community. That's why we're not respected in America, because we own, produce, and make nothing. And it's our fault. Because before 1865, we own, made, and produced everything in this country. So it's our fault. It's the young people, older people, those people that we have sold one another out. We don't own no gas station, liquor stores, marijuana. We don't own nothing on Pearson Road. There are 15 businesses on Pearson Road, including Mr. B's and Landmark, from Saginaw Street all the way down to the expressway at 75. We own nothing, guys. Nothing. And they make millions of dollars on that strip. The families that own those stores and those businesses, most of them live in the suburbs and mansions. And they hate black people. But they love our money because we give it to them. And it's our fault. It's our fault the way we disrespect one another. The way we lie, cheat, steal, hurt, and kill one another. The way we don't protect our women. Most often, a lot of times, we don't protect our little girls. We don't protect our young men. Because many of us, as adults, and again, for 3 generations since they poisoned our community with dope, we have seen a decline mentally in our community intentionally. Poison water, poison air, poison food. Listen, poison water, poison air, poison food, poison education, poison healthcare. And then you wonder why our community looked the way it looked. It's not by accident. The way Flint look is not by accident, it's intentional. So again, I bring all those points up because history is a fact. We are, and we have become, some of our ancestors' greatest nightmares. Because many of us have given up or bought into this illusion of inclusion, meaning association with power and whiteness. You know, I want to live in Flushing or Fenton or Grand Blanc, because that's in concert with some type of power base. Because our communities don't have to be ghettos if our community are invested in. Right now, regentrification takes place because they strip a community of all its value. Now it don't have no value. Then they come in, the sharks, these people come in, these what you call them, speculators, just like during the gold rush. So these speculators, which is financial and also housing speculators, they come in and they buy 200 or 300 houses in certain different areas. Either they go up in rent, again, in these houses, people are lost because they couldn't afford the taxes anymore, based on the water and a lot of other things. And they, instead of the mayors and the city council in Flint, Michigan, dealing with the needs of the people, in Genesee County, there's over 40,000 men and women that are ex-offenders, meaning they have felonies and they have a right to work. Those men and women need to be able to work on a second chance. Maybe if I stole something from a bank, don't put me in a bank, but at least allow me to become either some kind of, in the medical field, a technician, or something that's dealing with high tech, or even working in the school system. The school system needs those men and women that have done something to work with these children that are out of control that we made. We created these children that's out of control, that don't have no respect. And they done built all kind of detention centers on Pasadena Street, $35 million to lock our babies up. Haven't built a new school in Flint. So, again, our goal here at Black Lives Matter Grassroots Flint, Michigan, is to spark the mind of our community to stop asking for somebody to save them and do the work ourselves. We have to pool our resources ourselves. We have to save ourselves, believe in ourselves, and make sure that we're providing for our ancestors. Where the ancient Kemetic and the ancient people got it wrong was they started embalming, those kings were embalming themselves and other people and putting other people to death. They taking their possessions to somewhere else. And that was against God. You ain't supposed to hoard nothing and take nowhere. That's how they fell from grace, because they got out their mind. You got hundreds of people working for you, and you're gonna entomb them because you dead, and you're gonna put all the gold and all this stuff in there to carry you on to the next life. That was unacceptable. But this is kind of the behavior that we're dealing with today. We're more concerned about things, jewelry, eyelashes, a fake butt, all this other stuff, than we are concerned about each other. So we're more concerned about things than human beings. Y'all get that play on word? Things, beings. Get that? Hope I didn't get by you. Anyway, so again, I needed to share that with our community. We are aggressively engaged in recruitment for anything to build and become successful. Things start from the ground floor. And so this is a call out to our community. Again, we are calling our community to get involved. If you have whatever time you may have, it could be 1 hour. You could do clerical work. You can come down to the office and do clerical work. You may have some skills in technology, finance, in building, working with children in the community. You have a love for children, love for the community. We meet people that want to be involved in repairing the brokenness in our community and not worried about what some football game is coming up tonight or what football, basketball game is taking place. We want people to be concerned about how you can leave this community better, because we are going to die. So we can choose how to live, because we are going to die. But every day we can choose how to live. As far as I can look at this sister and have a choice in being kind to her or not. And that's how we treat one another. We should be working to be more kind, more careful, more honest, and treat each other as we are a precious soul. Some a person with dignity, love, and just all of the magnificent creativity that God has bestowed on each and every individual that's alive on this planet. So again, I'm just hoping that some of you guys that will hear this, again, my email is mentorroberts@gmail.com. We have a program in Southwestern Academy, our Rites of Passage program. We have Involved Dads. We're greeting our students. Then we partnership. We do 6 schools every month. We also are engaged in our Kwanzaa program this year, our giveaway this year. We're praying for a coat drive this year. Also, we're going to start planning early for our Juneteenth and our annual fishing program. So there's a lot of work that can be done with our team. We need more team members. And that leads me right into a conversation today with a little sister I just met. Her name is, so I don't butcher her name. Her name is Devancia Parr, like male, but it was male Farr, FHAR in Detroit, the big car dealership. She's 24 years old. She's an amazing, amazing student. That's what she said. Over at my community college. I haven't seen no transcript, but she says she's a B student and she's working at A to be an A student. And from some of my energy, just talking with her briefly, she has a tremendous story to share with our community. I'm going to try to just give her an opportunity to share, to look into the camera, and to share a little bit about who she is as a young lady, what she brings to this planet or to this energy called Earth, this time and space that she's in. I'd like for her to come to you guys in her own way. But right now, I introduce to you a fantastic young lady, Miss Devancia Parr, 24 years old. Good afternoon, sister. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. You and spending some time with you. I'd love for you to just share a little bit about your life story to the community. You're going to be talking to the community and looking at them like their family, like you sitting across from Thanksgiving dinner, right? Some people may be throwing food, just ignore them. But I just want you to feel comfortable and share a little bit about who you are, what do you feel your purpose is in life, and then some things in your life that you've had to really, really work hard to overcome and to be the young lady that God has you to be now and you're going to grow to be. So it's on you, Doctor. Hi, everybody. My name is Devancia Farr. I'm 24 years old. Talk up a little bit. I go to my community college. I am a former foster youth. My story is I was in foster care. My dad, he wasn't really in the picture like that due to having paranoid schizophrenia. My mom, she uh, abused me and my siblings and stuff like that. So we ended up in the system, moved around a lot to different family members, and finally we were placed with my aunt, my dad's sister. And then we were given the opportunity to choose to stay with my aunt or go back home. And I stayed with my aunt, and my sister went back home. Also, I had to leave my aunt's house due to a situation with her husband. So my last 2 years of high school, I stayed with my cousins and their mom. I did graduate high school. During my time in high school in Flint Southwestern, I was on the dance team. I danced for Heart of Worship Dance Studio. I also played basketball for Flint Southwestern. And throughout that time, it was rough, it was hard, but I still kept going. I still always try to keep a positive mind and stuff like that. What I really want to see as far as me being in foster care is other foster youth getting the opportunities that they're supposed to get. Speaking up to your caseworker, letting them know, hey, like, are you working on this for me? Are you working on that so that you can take advantage of your full benefits that you're supposed to get? I go to college for free because I was in foster care. I also have a car that the state paid for. They paid for my first 6 months of insurance, and I was also able to pick out any car that I wanted. It had to stay within the budget of $5,000, but I will also describe me as a resilient person. Uh, I feel like I am very strong. I'm also an amazing person. I have been in therapy on and off, but I'm consistently in therapy now. And I feel like it has helped me a lot throughout this whole situation. And I've also have met a lot of people throughout my life that support me and love me. And I want people to know that just because you're in foster care doesn't mean that you're bad. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve love. It doesn't mean you don't deserve support. Just because you are in that situation, you still deserve a family. You still can have that. Somebody will show you that they love you and they care about you. Now, I can't guarantee who, but it might be a caseworker or a foster parent or whoever it is. But just try to keep going. Don't give up because there's still hope in the situation. And so, when you mention about the resilience and some of the aspects that you said that, in moving around, um, part of you moving around, what are some of the things you learned about human beings when you moved around to different family members or different environments? What did you learn? Everybody's different. I feel like with my aunt, she was older, she was in her 50s, she already raised her kids and stuff like that. And I think that she was just trying to help, her brother's kids and stuff. And
sometimes there are situations where people just really try to do the best that they can.
And so in doing and and during that journey, how did it shape you as far as you mentioned about being resilient?
Mhm.
So one thing that we want to try to get off to people that may see this is they may hear something you say that could change their life. And so that's why I'm kind of digging a little deeper as far as how did you believe in yourself when others didn't believe in you? Where did that come from? Do you think that was that natural? That it came from your mom and dad that you didn't even know, but you learned about it because of your different chapters of moving,
Mhm.
because moving to go just driving here takes work.
Yeah.
So let's just move into another. Y'all saying who coming over? The Vancier who? She gonna be family now? Y'all just to pick somebody up? What's up with that? No, I'm just saying, how were those, how did you integrate in those different environments? How did you how did you be you? I guess that's the question.
I feel like for me, I just always try to have a positive mind, even though these were unfortunate situations and
Okay.
events in my life, I just always try to stay positive, and I knew that everything was going to be okay. I don't know how I knew, but I just knew that everything.
So in those situations, all of those different moves, you felt safe?
Yeah, I did. I feel like I mean, I had to trust whoever I was with at that time.
And that's basically you was blessed because of family, right?
No, I wouldn't say that
Okay.
because when I was with family, I went through even more stuff too.
Oh, okay.
A lot of stuff happened when I was with my aunt and stuff like that. And so, yeah.
So so you could you tell and I like you say every foster experience is different, like every family is different.
Yeah.
Uh uh what gave you the resilience to know that if your uncle was being inappropriate, how did you feel comfortable to have a voice to articulate, hey, listen, he's trying to touch me, he's trying to do whatever. How did you have the fortitude inside your mind to know this is wrong? You know what I mean? Because you just said you laid it out. You said, now some people that wasn't even my family members, I felt safer with them than I did with my own family. See, and that's something that, you know, it shares and it talks a lot about how every human experience is different.
Yeah, definitely.
So we just can't assume. Because even though they may be a stranger, not your blood relation related, they may love you even more.
Yeah.
Sometimes the people we love the most take advantage of us, and we let them take advantage of us. Because I'm dealing with that right now. I got a nephew in my upstairs in my house. He's a drug addict. I'm trying to get rid of him. You know, and I love him though because we grew up together like brothers. He's my nephew. He's my sister's. He's my sister's son, and we've been together all our lives. You know, and but he got to go. So share with the audience a little bit. So you did say that you just had it inside of you that you knew who you were and your value, that you knew that you weren't gonna let anybody mistreat you. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just saying, how did you, so whoever may be listening, there's a young lady or a young man going through similar situation, they could have a voice. So,
well, I would just say, like, from a young age, I was picking up a lot of the things that were going on in my house. I was picking up, like, this stuff is not okay. And the situation that removed me and my siblings from the home, I spoke up about it at school. And so CPS got involved in it. And every time, situation happened to me, I always spoke up about it. Some people took it serious, some people didn't. And that was hard to deal with. But at the end of the day, I know that it was best for me. And if somebody's ever doing something to you that they don't have no business doing, you shouldn't feel bad about speaking up about a situation. And if people around you are not taking it serious, you need to keep telling somebody until someone listens.
That's good. I love that. Did y'all hear what you just said? Keep telling, keep telling. See, we got this misconception in our community sometimes about snitching. If you violate my community, my sister, my brother, or my house, or what have you, if you, and I don't support the police at all. Listen, I believe in calling me as opposed to 911 because 911, the police come to get you. They ain't coming to talk, try to de-escalate the situation. When they see black and brown people, they want to kill us. But for this conversation, I think it's very, 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 very important, as she just said, to be able to have your voice, keep talking and telling anybody that will listen. I don't care if it's the janitor. Holler at the janitor. Hey, this what's going on, man. This how I'm feeling. Follow what I'm saying? Traffic stop person. I don't care who it is, a store clerk. We want you guys to have a voice. We don't want our children to be winding up as being sex trafficked, come up missing, like nobody value them. Our children, like her, you guys are our precious resource. We got, us older people got to do all we can to make sure that we are giving you guys all of our knowledge, all that we got. I know it's hard for sometimes for you guys to want it because y'all wanna be glazing all that stuff. I ain't hating the young people language. I listen. I've got young people in my family her age. I've got great great grandchildren, not just great grandchildren. I got I got a grandson just came here yesterday from Dallas, Texas. But I got great great granddaughters. One is 9, and one, Dr. J, is she gonna be a pistol. She 11. I don't know what we're gonna do with her, man. But man, me and her, man, we like this, man. She is smart. She a piece of work. Sometimes I want to choke her. But keep articulating something is wrong because we want our children and all of us to have a voice. Black people, stop being afraid of not articulating and using your voice to determine your future and what that future looks like and what it can look like with us participating in it. Just like she feeling comfortable that she's able to share. And then she had mentioned about wanting to go into social work. And I just think it's a gift of God that that she wants to. I mean, I would love to be around 20 years from now to see what this young lady become at 44 years old, or hopefully in the next few years as be around her, just to learn as much as I can from her. I do believe, even at my age, I can learn from her. She can learn from me. We all can learn from one another. Listen, when you stop wanting to learn, you might as well die. You ain't no use to nobody. We don't need you. Because the more you learn, the more you earn. And a lot of times it don't have nothing to do with, it don't have nothing to do with this. It don't have nothing to do with money. Earning and having real, honest, and diligent processing of information that's clear, that's not one-sided or uh, partisan and all that. When right is right, up is up, down is down. You ain't got to put no cut on it. So you mentioned about, and you're doing a wonderful job. Very proud of you. You mentioned about, you said, I want to, and I'm going to become a social worker. Now, I don't want you to stop there. I want you to think about running a social service or a foster care agency. I just don't want you to think that you just gonna get your little degree and just sit down and just go boo boo. Yeah, I want you to put 2 years in the field. Back to what I told you about your plan. Your plan should be, I want 2 years in the field of social work. Bam, get my master's, then my doctorate, right? Because you're young enough to pull all that off, right? Because again, you want to get on the social track, and over at my, and over at the U of M, if you tell your counselor, not ask, you tell them what your plan is, what you want to do. Then that's how you gonna make it happen. Because I see you as running something. Because from what you have shared with me, even as though it's been, I just met her 5 seconds ago, I've been longer than that. But I've got good energy from you. So that good energy, again, what do we do with energy? We got energy is all we are. We all are energy in here. This world, we live in a universe that's energy driven. The foundation of us is energy driven. And so I'm supposed to do all I can to encourage and motivate her. We, the community. Because if we're doing it for one another, guys, think about this. If we're doing our best for one another, how great our people would be. How great our young men would be. If our young men seen what a real man is, our young ladies seen what a real, and I'm not saying I ain't all hopey. Young people should do their thing, but some stuff we shouldn't do because it's inappropriate. Sagging, a lot of times dressing half naked, that doesn't, being a stripper is just not the form of entertainment or engagement that we want all of our young people to be engaged in. You can choose to be a football player or a stripper. We want to make sure whatever you decide to do, you're going to be the best at it. But we want you to have a foundational understanding about who you are. Because once you learn who you are, there's certain things you will not do. Because you're not going to disrespect your parents and you're not going to disrespect your ancestors. So a lot of times we engage in activities, meaning different business and things, from our nails and all, because we don't know who we are. We like trees without roots. If you understand what a tree is, this is a tree. If this is a tree and it doesn't have no roots, it's dead. And many of us are like trees with no roots. Our children are walking around that do not love themselves, which is why they can go by and shoot up her house or shoot up my house over a little beef. Over it could be something on TikTok or something crazy. But I'm a coward to deal with you one-on-one like the police. See, the police like to come in a gang. One-on-one, they don't want to deal with you, right? Mano on mano, on the real tip, they don't want to deal with that. Same thing in our community. How cowardly you gonna pull out a weapon as opposed to engage in some fisticuffs. If me and you got a beef, let's do these. Nobody got to die. See, that's back to that coward mentality. We've been raised on Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. That's why these young men and women are acting the way they acting and been poisoned by the water. All this stuff have affected these children, even her age. She's been poisoned by the water. She live in Flint. Duh. Now, so, excuse me for that term. Now you tell the community a little bit about why do you think being a social worker or wanting to help in the foster care industry, why do you think that's important to you?
It's important to me because we need better social workers. Some social workers are not telling the youth the benefits. They're not telling them about MYOY, which is a support group for people in foster care.
MYOY?
Yeah, MYOY.
What does that mean?
Honestly, I'm not for sure.
Mothers, your other, no, I'm just.
It's a support group for people in foster care, and we do. We go to the Pistons game together. We go to.
Can I be a chaperone sometime? What is that?
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm sure they probably would love, volunteers too, But yeah, it's a support group for people that have experienced foster care. You can also get paid for it.
Wow.
We have.
So when you get paid for it, is that like becoming a like you learning from a foster person as far as the skills? That's how you get paid, or you get paid because you participate in the class?
Yeah, because you're a part of the group and you're participating, so that's why you get paid.
Oh, good.
Okay. Yeah, so they have financial
Literacy.
yeah, literacy classes too. You also get paid for taking that.
Okay.
They set you up a bank account also through MYOI.
How much do you got in your bank? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they're really just trying to teach us, how to get set up for the future. They pay
How to be an adult.
yeah, they pay for driver's training.
Okay.
Help you get your license. Like I said, they pay for you a car up to $5,000.
Now, do we know how many people in foster care in Genesee County or Flint?
I'm not sure.
That's something I gotta look up. Do you think are there more boys or girls in foster care? What would you think? Or 50-50?
Probably 50-50.
Why do you think people, why do you think parents, as you mentioned about your dad, why do you think parents sometimes fail in their obligation towards children, their own children?
I think it's a mix of things. I think one, some parents don't want to take accountability and admit when they're wrong or even apologize to their child. Some parents don't want to deal with the fact that, they contributed to a lot of the trauma that their child went through. And then I think some parents just choose not to get the help. Some of them just choose not to leave their child behind. And I think some parents, they abuse the whole foster care stuff because they know that they don't have to be responsible for their child on a day-to-day basis and stuff like that. Some people leave their kids in the system and they age out of the system. I was in foster care from like 14 and I aged out. I never went back home.
So from 14 to 21. So in that time, but that you was with your aunt, different people.
Yeah, I was with my cousins and their mom.
Oh, okay. So you still with family?
So was my uncle's baby mama.
So you still with family?
Yeah, I was with family.
So that was familiar.
Yeah.
That was safe. You felt safe. You felt comfortable. You felt good.
Yeah.
Did you feel that you were being encouraged to be your best? Do you think they supported you? Like you say, you played all these different sports. Did they come to your games and all that stuff?
They came to like one game. They came to one of my dance recitals and stuff like that. But I guess they just came when they could. I don't want to say they didn't support me, but at the same time, they didn't come to all of my games.
Did it make a difference, or did you have other parents there supporting you?
No, I had like a teacher from the school from Southwestern. She came to one of my games and stuff.
She supported you?
Yeah, she did.
That's Miss. Don't tell me, Miss Holmes.
No, Portia.
Oh, cheated. That's good.
And I also danced for her dance studio, Heart of Worship, and the state was paying for me to dance on her team.
So you know how to dance?
Yes.
Really? Can you tap dance too?
No, I didn't do tap dance. It was
so this modern dance.
This was liturgical and it was Christian hip hop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But did you get good at it?
I was okay.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I think it was something positive though.
Yeah. Can you roller skate?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I can roller skate.
I don't know, Buster. I don't know if you can roller skate.
I like to roller skate.
All right, then. Look at. I love roller skating at my age. Okay. Yeah. But so, if you was to share what some of the things you did, or what are some of the things you internalized as a young lady, as far as when you looked in the mirror as a 12-year-old, as a 15-year-old, and as you said with your mom, were you angry with your mom?
I would say I'm more frustrated and I feel like disappointed because I felt like, we already didn't have our dad. So I feel like the least she could have could have done was like, be a better parent to us and everything. But I was more so, yeah, I'll say frustrated with her.
Mhm. And have you and your mom, you guys talk better now today? Did y'all got a better relationship?
No, we don't talk at all.
Now, in the abuse, did the abuse stop as she got older or got help? Did your mother ever get any help?
No, not that I know of. When my sisters went back home,
Did they get abused?
yeah, to my knowledge, it was the same situation. She was doing the same things. She basically just didn't change.
And so your mom, if we were to do a deep dive in your mom, you know, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
So your mom may have experienced no one loving her.
Mhm.
Even though she had children, she didn't know how to love the children. She didn't know how to nurture y'all.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times that happens in families and in life. Like I say, it's no fault of your own.
Mhm.
It's wonderful that you have teachers and other people around you because we don't live in this world by ourselves.
Right.
You need other people to help motivate you to be your best. You can do a lot on your own,
Yeah.
but a lot of times that can be empty,
Mhm.
you know. And so, again, I think you said resilience. Everything you keep sharing is really impacting me. I'm very humbled by your spirit and just how beautiful you've been with your resilience.
Okay.
You are a real testament to what a young lady is and should learn from. You are a wonderful example for any young lady or young man because it's gender neutral as far as, first of all, loving yourself, male or female. When you first, because that's the key, despite crazy, loving yourself is the first ticket, man, because everything else is downhill. When you don't love yourself, I'm dealing with somebody that's 65 years old in my house. They told me the other day, nobody in the family loved him. But he in my house ain't paying no bills. I'm crazy. Uh anyway, so Juan, check the time. So um so before we close out, I'd like you to share with our audience some of your aspirations, some of the things you want to accomplish, some places you want to travel throughout the world, places you want to see, things you want to do. Because again, life is very short. We want to make sure that we are maximizing every second. So it's on you.
So a couple of things that I want to do. I want to get my DJ certificate because I did start DJing.
Oh, DJ!
I have a website. It's called Imperfect Sounds. That's the name of my business. I've done 2 birthday parties already, so I want to keep building in that. I had a DJ instructor too. Her name is Gabby. And I also want to work with foster kids. I have a certificate to be a peer foster care mentor and things like that. And I want to travel to Mexico. I want to go to the Mayan ruins. And I want to meditate, at the Mayan ruins and stuff. I don't know really anywhere else that I want to travel, but I'll just see, what happens.
Wow. Maya ruins. Oh man, I'm proud of you, sister. That's beautiful. And I'm hoping you add Africa to your list. You should go to Africa too. Okay. We was in Africa and Dewan and I was in Ghana in February. We try to go every year. And we're trying to build a group effort where we take people like yourself and others over every year. We like to start. We didn't do it this year, but next year we want to start with everything like in February when we come back to start encouraging people to start saving up until the following January to be prepared to go to Ghana in February of next year. Okay. So those are things that we're working on to build that infrastructure. We got some connections over there, to make it very rewarding, Okay. But DJ, so what is your music? What type of music do you play, man?
So I listen to like the
Not what you listen to.
Oh, okay. Well, the first birthday party that I did.
Do they tell you what they want to hear?
Yeah, they tell me. The first,
and you able to handle it?
Yeah, I was able to handle it.
Okay.
The first birthday party was a 50th birthday party, so she wanted to hear like, older music. So I played probably like Shaka Khan. Okay. And Earth, Wind and Fire. Look at you. What you know about love? What you know about some Frankie and Earth Wind? Yeah, so, and then the second one, they were younger. They were a couple. They were turning 21. So I played probably like Drake and Kendrick, Tupac. Yeah, Tupac, yeah. Don't do none of your sets without Tupac. Yeah. Older, always make sure you go in. I'm a Hellraiser. That's one of my songs. Yeah. That's beautiful. Very proud of you, man. Yeah. That is really wonderful. Um, Now, if people wanted to get at you on your social media stuff, you need to speak into the camera. Okay. How they can find you, sister? Okay. Talk to them. My Facebook is Spiritual Devancia. My YouTube is Spiritual Devancia. My Instagram is Spiritual Devancia. And share a little bit more about when you mentioned about the DJ activities and perfect sound. So where do you see that actually going, and what do you think that's going to become? I see it as a business, and I just love sharing the type of music that I like to listen to with everybody because that's how I got into it. Some people around me would just started telling me I should be a DJ because I play good music. So yeah, I'm just really passionate about it. I used to take lessons at FIM. I've played the clarinet in middle school. I was in band. So music has been a big thing in my life. Well, that's beautiful to hear you say that. I too was I started playing trumpet, and then I went to drums, and then I went to drums and percussions. And in school, I was in the orchestra. I played in Flint Symphony Orchestra. I played kettle drums. You know what kettle drums are? The big kettle drums and cowbells and all that kind of claviers. Yeah. So I was a percussionist for 3 years. You know, our band won several awards when I was in. I went to Lowell Junior High School and over on the east side. But I had this. His name was. I had this white Mr. Akins was his name. Mr. Not Akins. Mr. Peer started with a P, but he was a awesome, awesome. He lived music like in his bones. He was man. He was man. Hey man, Mr. Perkins. Mr. Perkins was his name. He was amazing, amazing young man. But those things are excellent as far as um those activities that you involved in. So one thing that we like to know from you before we close out, which is beautiful. Now, I mentioned about where do you see yourself, and what are some things that you could really offer to young ladies, maybe girls that's 14, 13, 14, 12, 13, 18. Do you actually think that you have something to offer them or could, help guide them in any directions? And one thing about guiding young people, a lot of times the work that we do, we give the children our phone numbers. We make sure that they can contact us at any time. We open ourselves up to them. We have to allow ourselves to be vulnerable because many of them are dealing with a lot of issues as far as surviving, dealing with poverty. And so we try to make sure that we don't judge, but we really try to make sure that we are there for these young people. And so if the possibility that you could be part of our team and a lead person in our team dealing with some young ladies, we have an opportunity to engage with some young ladies because we do believe that all of us need the nurturing of
the male and female. There's no difference in nurturing to the degree with just pure love. Now we are different species as far as what men bring to the table, what women bring to the table. Different species. But when it comes to the element about caring, loving, embracing, and committing, those kind of things are universal because they come from the heart. So have you thought about how you think you would engage young people if they come to you with some mess and some dumb stuff that you probably did when you was young? How would you deal with your young people, young ladies dealing with them, or young men?
Um, I would just, well, I would teach them, about meditation.
Mm.
I would teach them about yoga because that kind of stuff can help you control your emotions. It can help you clear your mind. Like I would want to take them to the nature trail and ground and stuff like that because that stuff has helped me a lot in
Okay.
everything. And so I feel like I would start there and just let them know, like, if you need anything, like, I'm here for you. If I can help you, I'll do my best job to help you succeed in life and help you do what you gotta do and achieve your goals. And just know that anything is possible no matter what the situation is that you're going through.
Mm. Excellent, excellent. Well, we just want to make sure, Miss Fire, you are definitely a precious young lady. I am very excited and honored to have met you. I want to make sure that we also are extending a warm welcome to our community to come on board to be a part of Black Lives Matter Grassroots Flint, Michigan, to really be engaged in the work of repairing the brokenness in our community. Again, there's much work that needs to be done in our community, and we can't continue to sit around and wait on people to do it. All of us, along with Ms. Fire, she's a young lady at 24. She cares about the community. She brings some amazing assets to want to work socially in the repairing and the healing of our community and one another. And it starts with us saying that enough is enough. What can I do? So again, definitely want to make sure that the community know our location is 2712 North Saginaw Street at the Oak Business Center. Again, I'm Brother Hubert Niam Roberts, Chairman of Black Lives Matter Flint. Phone number 810-394-4105. MentorRoberts at gmail.com. Please get on board with greeting our students. We greet our students at 6 area schools. Next Monday, we will be at Southwestern and Eisenhower. Southwestern at 725 and Eisenhower at 840, where we're going to be greeting the students. We do the first, second, third, and fourth Monday of the month at different schools every month until school is out. We also are engaged in our Rites of Passage program at Southwestern. I mentioned earlier about our one-on-one conversation. We're going to be doubling down on that because we're going to be working around the election. How are we going to be dealing with this upcoming election? And how are we going to have our fingerprints and get more people? We want to get over 50% of Flint, Michigan voting. Our goal is to get over 50% of this community voting and actually voting intelligently. And again, always, we want to make sure that you go out and hug someone, smile someone, and tell someone that you love them and ask for forgiveness from anybody that you may have hurt. Again, Brother Niam Roberts, Hubert Niam Roberts, Wakanda out. Close it out. You supposed to be over there.